fighting for this value system and also equality. Who are you like fighting for?
Yeah.
Who do you stand for? Who do you represent?
Yes, fighting for equality is actually, I would say, it's part of the fundamental human right. Yeah, there is something we have sustainable development goals, which is a goal that are set up by the United Nations, that each and every one and individuals is having the right, likewise every others. So fighting for human right equality, for example, equality among gender equality have been an issue. So equality from there are people that have been social differentiated on diverse ways. So we need to bring that to the awareness. And actually, if you go through the law, you have everything written. It's clear, but in the practice, it's a little bit different. So we have to create out, engage in more action plan, and create the awareness, and as well in the systematic approach to engage in several projects or several awareness to see that the equality is being addressed, and as well some of the challenges and some of the hurdles that still in there are being taken into consideration.
Okay. Then again, you have your motto about leaving footprints on the sand. What inspired you to have such a motto? Has it got to do with the fighting for the for equality, or?
Yes, partly. Leaving a footprint on the sand of achievement. It's have been my common goals, and it's something that stands at the center of my focus. I've been so much inspired to make an impact on my existence. So, and this impact starting with education. So, like in the school, so I was one of the best students. So even sometimes we used to challenge our teacher in the class. So when we have a subject, for example, our biological teacher, so we try to read above the syllabus. We read more diverse before we have a lecture. So when we are in the lecture room, so we try to ask. I have one of my friends. We've been doing some academic challenges, by the way. But that wasn't the cause. Only that we've been so diversified in our learning strategies. So sometimes we ask so many questions. In my class, if you are my teacher and you're not prepared, you just get yourself messed up. So we have so many questions. It's not really about just the joke, but we've been having a focus to learn more, to get to be acquainted for a test of knowledge, to make an impact. It has been my goals, I've been seeing some of my role models, some of the people who discovered, like someone who discovered the electricity, someone who discovered the airplane. So because I am a science student, I try to ask how did they manage and what inspired them. So it has been my desire to be part of them. So they have been my role models. So I stand strongly to see that I make an impact. So to leave a footprint on the sand of achievement, it's been my endeavor to see that any place I go, I make an impact, and as well to the society, because I find out so many people sometimes need some little information. If you be able to transfer the information, it could go a long way to reach out to people. There are not all the time you need to give people some money. Money is good, but sometimes you can give people some information that could help them to make money. So it's been my goal to see that any day of my life that I try to reach out to people. So that is what's behind the motto.
Yeah. You're also the founder of One Goal for All.
Yeah.
What inspired you, and what do you do? As One Goal for All organization.
Yes. What inspired me for One Goal organization it's the One Goal organization is a little bit exclusive. It's not just an organization that are only aim to carry out projects, but it's a kind of a network to build up competence. People from diverse background with different competence to be able to achieve different goals. So from our motto is zufrieden miteinander leben und erfolgreiches Ziel. So in order to, because what the society needs is how to get things achieved, and most times people are being discriminated, not really because they don't like them, because they don't meet up to maybe a certain standard in getting things done. I give you an example. There are sometimes people organize events, for example, and at some point they've been expecting maybe some certain feedback or response from the people, or even people that attend. So then they will not get that, and they will start to think about that probably because, let me give example, the blacks. So maybe they said, okay, because we are blacks or we are African, that's why the white people didn't come to our occasion, or the German didn't come to our occasion. No, it's just a matter of having a plan to meet up the global standard. Even it can equally be it's also applicable in terms of business. So there are some people that engage in business, they don't know that starting from the production, and you finish up your production, when you come to marketing, you also have to meet up the marketing global marketing standard. So when you meet up I give you a good example. One time I saw Gary. You know Gary? That's big made in Africa. It's actually usually eaten in the Western African.
Oh yeah, it looks like ugali in Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
like porridge.
Yeah, like porridge.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know. Yeah.
So it was surprise to me when I went to an Asian shop, a Chinese shop. Then I saw this gari being packed properly. So I was prompted to buy it.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you see it in some like in some Afro shops, how it's being packed or the package, then it might not really interest you or impress you so much. So it's just about this packaging, and for example, it's really done properly that you can see it, you get attracted, you feel free to buy it. So sometimes we don't pay attention to these little things. So it's contribute. So in effect, what I'm saying, the goal for One Goal for All are aiming to be able to raise up people in a professional direction, and it's made up of network from different field of life to achieve different goals.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
In order to live a harmonic and a diverse society.
That's quite impressive.
Thank you.
We know that immigrants, they're going through a lot. Like, they struggle a lot to be able to be to get stable.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell them? What can you tell them? As in, what advice can you give them? What way can they do so that things can be a little bit easier or manageable for them?
Of course, when you are talking of problem with immigrant, you have to categorize it in which problem. Some people have a problem with their status, and some people have a problem on how to integrate to society. So
let's start with the status, because status is the biggest problem, and it has led to a lot of immorality. I read also, like, you took part in the Ark of Noah, Asher Noah.
Yeah,
and to promote morality and so on. Yeah, but we realize for people to stay here, they do a lot of, they go through any length to stay here just because of these documents. I mean, how can we help these people to know that, okay, there's also another way you can stay here without having to go through immorality or lie to someone, deceive someone, break someone's heart just to get this common piece of paper?
Yeah, yeah, that's actually a very critical question. And most times there's something we call root cause analysis. Yeah. So before approaching that, you have to go from the root cause analysis. And the first place is some people embark on a journey which they never have a plan. So at the first place, you're traveling to a country you don't know, you don't have a better information about it, and also even when you get to that country, you also don't ask questions. So many people came here to seek an asylum, and they are not composed. So it's not just enough. You have to understand why you're traveling and what is the problem. So even starting with seeking asylum, you have to know how to compose yourself, to say what brings you here. So, in the very first place, by the time you could not compose yourself, I mean, it's just let me give you an example now. Currently, the issue with George Floyd, it's quite certain that the policeman stepped on his neck until he died. So, but then it have to be proven. It have to be proven. You need to have a constructive argument to prove that through the process that led to his death. So, and these are some of the things people embark on a journey and they don't have a plan, and they also don't seek information. So, by the first place, they got it wrong, and when they got it wrong, then that is why they will be having problem with their asylums. In the other hand, when they comes in here, Germans have passed a law or to give more chances for the asylum seekers. Sometimes you have a chance to go to school, you have a chance to go for some jobs or to learn some skills. So many times, some of them do undermine such opportunities. So by the time you're not taking those opportunities serious, but later, at some point, they will send you to school. Of course, nobody's coming every morning to say, hey, you are still sleeping at your home or whatever. So I have an issue, for example, someone who has been sent to school. So the person have even have gotten up to three stipendium, that is to go for the school. If he went for the first time, he failed. He went for the second time, he failed. He went for the third time, he failed. So, and until the third time, so he started getting problem. So, and he came to me, and I tried to know what's really the cause of the problem. It's not just because they are giving him problem, and I also get to realize that some of the time he don't even attend the classes, because if you here, nobody's, it's not like in Africa, if you don't attend, they'll come and cane you. So he felt reluctant and didn't take it serious. So until the time he started getting problems. So we need to, if you want to live here, first is that you need to sit yourself down and know that what should I do legitimately to keep you here. And some of the opportunities that you're given, you take it serious and you get things done. So by the time you're doing it, the chances are there. The chances are there. So if you just walk to the right path, you have your stay here.
We are walking